Oras sa Pilipinas, alas 9:10 sa buntag, Marso 13, 2024.
Doon ka may pangutana sa mga serbisyo o programa sa pag-ibig. Dali na, sayron ta ang nagadaiyang benepisyo isip usa ka miyembro sa pag-ibig. Mag-iskuta may tungkol sa savings, loans o uban pa. Good morning, pag-ibig. Good morning, pag-ibig. Mabati matag adlong Miyerkules, alas 9 hangtod alas 10 sa buntag. Hatod ka nato sa atong mga lingkod pag-ibig.
Alaga sa'yo, kaya tandaan mo itong sasabihin ko. Sa Pag-ibig Fund, sure ako, di ka mabibigo. Sila'y maglilingkod para sa'yo.
Maayong buntag mga kapondo, gikan sa Hope Radio 93.5. Ako ang inyong lingkod, John Del Tubiano. Mahinungdanong impormasyon atong paghisgutan sugod sa alas 9 hangtod sa alas 10 sa buntag. Kini mao ang atong programang Good Morning Pag-ibig. In behalf sa atong branch head, Ma Maria Olivio Seron, sa akong mga kauban sa Pag-ibig Fund Butuan ug sa tanang mga branches sa tibuok Caraga Region, Robinson Service Desk, Kabadbaran Service Center, Tandag Service Desk, San Franz ug Surigao Branch ug sa tanang lumulupyo sa tibuok Caraga Region, maayong buntag sa tanan. Karon mga kapondo, atong pagahisgutan ang mga lain-laing programa nga nagapalibot sa Pag-ibig Fund ug ani adri ang atong kauban sa programa ug kauban usab sa opisina, Ma'am Grethel Colata. Good morning, Ma'am.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So those who are watching our Facebook Live, so our Facebook page is AWR 93.5 FM, Hope Radio Philippines, Butuan. So we're also accepting any pangutana, mga pangutana, mga clarifications or concerns with regards to Pag-ibig Fund. We're going to answer your queries sa abot sa among makaya.
Yan.
Okay, and shout out sa among makauban nga padulong karon sa Cabadbaran City because we're having a service center sa Cabadbaran Mabini Market, Public Market, second floor, every Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So padulong dito karon ang mga kauban, si Kuya Ping, Sir Larry, si Ma'am Amor ug si Kuya Donis.
Yan.
So we offer sa tanan services except payment, no, kay wala tay cashier sa atong Cabadbaran Service Center. And starting next Wednesday, our Cabadbaran Service Centers is going to accept enrollment for the Loyalty Card Plus.
Okay.
So every Wednesday na siya na natay capturing sa atong Loyalty Card Plus. So it's a good news for those living in the nearby areas around or near Cabadbaran City, like my hometown, Magallanes, and then RTR, Tubay ba na next, no? Santiago, Habonga. So kana ang mga areas. So mas dool man ang Cabadbaran. So next Wednesday, mag-start na tong capturing sa Loyalty Card Plus. So pwede na ta mo adto dito. So we're going to cater mga 50 members per day sa atong LCP capturing. So next na to is our declaration for calamity. No, so Butuan City or LG Butuan has already declared a state of calamity within the 20 barangays. No, out of 80 plus barangays of Butuan City. So kinsa ganin nga mga barangay, Sir June?
Okay, mo ni siya ang mga barangay no nga makaabil sa atong calamity. First, the Agusan Pequeño, the Aupagan, okay, Baan Riverside, Sabading, Bansa, Bitos, Buhangin, Dangkias, Florida, Fort Puyohon, Golden Ribbon, Mahay, Mahogany, Mandamo, Maon, Maug, Obrero, Pangabugan, San Vicente, and Tungao.
So mao to siya ang atong mga barangays nga naay calamity.
Okay.
So amo pong gi-offer karon ang atong calamity loan for those members ani nga mga resident, no, sa mga barangays, 20 barangays. And also naapod tay calamity sa Las Nieves, Agusan del Norte. So whole Las Nieves ang atong tagaan or pwede maka-avail ang mga members around within Las Nieves to avail the calamity loan program nato sa Pag-ibig Fund, which is sa atong MPL manggod ang interest rate is 10.5 while calamity loan is 5.95 rather.
Okay.
So mas lesser ang atong interest rate when it comes to calamity loan. So better nga kung wala mo'y loan, nya tas nang need mo money karon, better kung nagpuyo mo ani nga mga areas, mag-calamity loan na lang mo. And then ang atong calamity loan is not yet available sa atong virtual Pag-ibig application sa online. Only DMPL. So kung mag-avail tag calamity, over the counter ang atong application. So we have requirements.
Yan.
So ang atong calamity loan application for CLAF, ang atong form nga gamiton is version 8 September 2023. So diri sa upper right portion sa atong calamity loan, mo ni siya diri makita diha. So kung maka-download mo sa atong website, make sure nga September 2023 ang fill upan ninyo nga form. And then, duly accomplished siya, signed by your authorized signatory sa inyong employer. And then, 2 witnesses. And then, 4 signatures for the member. And then, atong requirement is, kung ang inyong ID, tama ba Sir June,
yes.
is naanay, nakabutang nga resident, kaaning nga particular barangay nga appeal sa calamity loan. So, no need na ka submit og certification coming from your barangay nga resident ka ana. No, kung wala man gani kay ID, so katong certification coming from barangay.
Okay.
And then primary ID and then loyalty card plus. Kay dito na to i-disburse ang inyong loan proceeds. And then 1 month latest payslip certified by your employer. So same ra gyapon sa MPL, no? Ang nadungag lang is your certification
of barangay.
sa barangay. Napa ba, sir?
Ba siya, no? Murag, ano sa kang expiry kaya?
Yeah. Ang atong calamity is 90 calendar days na to gina-offer.
Okay.
So, sa kaning Butuan City nga barangays, available na atong calamity loan. Pero sa Las Nieves, gahulat pa mi sa availability sa atong system. Loan system na mo sa Pag-ibig Fund. Pero, amo lang amo lang i-announce daan nga naanay. Nag-submit na ta sa head office o declaration sa LGU Las Nieves. Okay, so that's all for the announcement. Next is our topic. Okay, so
ang atong topic na pod karon, no? Mag-diskuta about the guidelines on the new penalty condonation program on mandatory monthly savings or the MS remittances.
Okay, so sa katong dili aware nga naminaw karon nga tag-iya og business, either sole proprietorship or partnership or corporation. So naatay penalty condonation program since pandemic, no, nabalik siya sa pandemic until now for those employers nga failed to remit their remittances of their employees. May it be delayed or a month ago or pwede man siguro a month ago, no? Basta delayed. And then, 2 months ago or 3 months ago or 5 months ago or 1 year or 2 years. So, pwede ta mag-apply og penalty condonation program. So, in other words, ma-waive ang atong penalty. So, ang atong bayaran na lang is the employee remittances plus your deprived dividends kung naabot ng tuig and the interest kung mag-plan of payment. So, let's discuss the whole guidelines.
Okay, so muna siya na. Pursuant to the approval of the Pag-ibig Fund Board of Trustees on its September 2021 meeting held last October 7, 2021, the guidelines on the new penalty condonation program on mandatory monthly savings or the MS remittance is hereby issued.
Okay, so mo ni ang mga objectives sa atong PENCON. So the program aims for the following. First, to provide employers with a more attractive penalty condonation program. So, attractive siya. Ikaw kung dili na magbayad og penalty, sir, no? So, kung imong 10,000 i-waive, di ka malipay, ana. Nalakay pang palit og? Sa may makapalit anang 10,000, sir John.
Mag-bike siguro.
Makapalit tag bike, ana. Motor, mountain bike.
Yan.
Di ba? So, nakay ma-save, no? Sir John, no? Ma-save na sa company ang bayad sa penalty supposedly.
Yan.
Next, to assist employers who did not deduct and those who deducted MS or member savings from their employees but failed to remit the same to the fund to settle their MS arrearages. So, i-assist nato na ang mga employers. So, that's why naatay point person sa Butuan branch who is Ma'am Yolanda Durango
Yan.
or Ma'am Yoli sa Marketing and Sales Division, second floor sa Pag-ibig Fund Butuan. Dili tapad sa PSA. So, i-assist nato ang employers unsay mga requirements or documents nga needed i-submit para maka-apply ang mga employers sa atong PENCON program. Next, to aid employers to settle their MS arrearages with the fund as a result of the ill effects of the pandemic. So, ato ning gibalik man suni sa pandemic eh. Syempre, daghan man punawad ang mga sir, no?
Ito nga time.
Income. Business,
Kayo.
daghan kay business gaga-close ato, especially katong mga food business, mga business nga gatapok ang mga tao. So, dili pwede na, wala na sila nag-open. So, wala gina sila ikuan. Kabayad po sa mga contribution. So, mga nang offer ta ani. Next is to support the efforts of the national government to help employers normalize their operations. So, as a way to help the employers to cover their expenses. So, naatay PENCON nga gi-offer.
Okay, and these are the coverage no sa atong PENCON. So, the new penalty condonation program covers private and government employers. So, first, all employers, including delinquent employers with pending legal cases, which will be settled by a compromise agreement. Okay. And the second is the employers who are in good standing but discovered to have the gaps in MS remittances from the report generated by the newly launched Collection Management System or the CMS. And lastly, the unregistered employers.
Okay, so ang first daw nga mga employer is katong mga delinquent. So, when you
Yan.
say delinquent, failed to remit their previous na mga remittances sa employers, no? Nga na ay pending legal cases. So, na po din mga ingani, no? Pending legal cases which will be settled by a compromise agreement. So,
yan.
even though pending legal case sa Pag-ibig Fund, so, pwede gapon ka
Feel.
mag-follow aning, mo avail ani, nga naay sa compromise agreement.
Okay.
And then next, employers nga nalaktawan siguro nila ilang mga bayad. Kaya mag-bill man good ang billing nato ana sa Cagayan nga naalay kay wala na nabayaran ani nga mga years ana blah 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 what. Say for example 2020, 2019 ana. Tag 1 month ra god niya. Wa mo nakitaan hala wa gid koy bayad pud ani ana. So pwede ra ka mag-apply pod sa atong PENCON. Kay imagine 2019 unsa na ta karon 2024.
2024 na. 5 years.
Now, what if 100 ka employees to? Na, mas dako pa imong penalty kasi imong kuan. Bayaran sa imong employees, remittance, no? So, appeal po na siya sa cover sa atong PENCON program.
Okay.
And also the unregistered employers. So, in reality, so naa mga employers gid nga igo ra nagpa-register sa LGU for business permit. No, Sir John, no? And then, when it comes to social services sa mga empleyado, wala na nila gi-appeal. So, katong mga unregistered, we get the copy from the LGU and then we serve letters for fund membership para makapa-member gid sila sa ilang mga empleyado kay balaod ba yan siya, no? RA 9679. Okay?
Yan. So, who are the eligible for this penalty condonation program?
Okay.
So, the newly penalty condonation program is open to all private and government employers, which may include any of the following. First, we have the unregistered. Yan. Then, did not deduct or the deducted MS but did not remit, delinquent or with approval plan of payment.
So, tanan ni Sir Jun, no? Tanan nag-get covered. Wala na ka-ikes, ani?
Wala. Unregistered, i-appeal na.
Wala nag-deduct, pero wala girimit mo ni
Yan.
sakit. Di ba, sir?
Deduction.
naghatag-
Daghan ron ba?
Oo.
Daghan ko na dito ay
Nag-deduct and then wala
wala
girimit.
girimit.
So,
Yan.
okay wala ka nag-deduct. Niya, wala gili mo girimit. Okay na, mapapod ko
Bitaw, wala
gididakan.
pa
Pero,
deduction.
kanang gididakan ka, niya, wala ka girimitan ka sakit pod kayo, ana, no? Kay gihaguan ba na nimo sa trabaho ang
Tinuod
imong
gid na, ma'am.
200. No, mamay na pang pang palit og milk tea sa imong kuan partner. Duha na ka milk tea, Jo. Or 4 kilos of rice na siya. Di ba? Dako na kayo ng savings ng 200 and then wala gideduct. So, masakit siya. And then next, delinquent. And then with approved plan of payment. Okay. So, all penalties on member savings, MS of employers whose application for penalty condonation has been approved shall be condoned. So, kato daw mga nag-apply ng mga employers for penalty condonation shall be condoned kung approved na pod, no? Kinahanglan, kompleto po na itong requirements as well. So, all penalties of employers in good standing but found to have gaps as generated by the report in the newly launched CMS shall be condoned. And the next, approval of applications for penalty condonation shall be based on approved signing authorities per Office Order number 2018-017. And then penalty condonation program under these guidelines shall continue to implemented until it is expressly repealed or terminated. So, samtang wala pa iniingon ng atong office nga, oy, undang na ta sa PENCON. So, palayon ta og dawat sa mga application sa employers. So, di na ta magpaabot nga lahat mang Pinoy kay kung asang deadline dito na
magdasok.
mangusog og kuan, no? Mangusog og paningkamot. So, di na ta magpaabot nga abdan ta sa tawag ani Sir John, maabdan ta sa kanang dili na pwede or makaabdan ta sa cut off, no? Sa atong program. So, di na ta magpaabot ana. And then next, only applications with complete documents shall be accepted and processed.
Yeah.
So, mao gina siya kana amatay ma-audit mapuntaan nag atong ipa-approve nga dili kompleto. Walay application form, walay mga ID ana. So, kinahanglan kompleto gina siya. Okay, next.
Okay, so we nata sa MSRRG RRGs prior to COVID-19 pandemic, di ba? Apil gyud.
So, mo na siya ang mga inclusion, no?
Okay.
So, first is katong naay mga employers nga naay years before COVID-19. So, apil pa gid siya, no?
Apil pa kaayo di ay, no?
Okay.
Ito, isa man gud po to ka rason yun. So, refers to period prior to March 17, 2020. Then, for employers who did not deduct MS from their employees, the employer shall pay the employer counterpart and the deprived dividends to the fund.
Okay, so katulad mga employers nga wala nagdeduct og contribution sa ilang employees, ang bayaran lang nila is employer share and deprived dividends. So deprived dividends is dividends nga supposedly na earn na sa member nga gihatag nga ang naghatag ang pag-ibig fund, but then wala na hatagan sa pag-ibig kay wala nimo gibayaran. So in return ikaw ang magbayad. So mo na pasabot sa deprived dividends. Next.
Okay, for employers who deducted monthly savings or the MS from their employees but did not remit the same to the fund, the employer shall pay the employee share, the employer counterpart, and the deprived dividends. Okay.
So katudang nagdeduct pero wala gi-remit og contribution sa employees, ang bayaran i-share, ER share, and deprived dividends.
Klaro, no? So for employers with an ongoing plan of payment and or who shall opt for a plan of payment, interest shall be collected.
Okay. So naamatay two modes of payment when it comes to PENCON application. So first is full payment and the next is plan of payment. So kaning plan of payment, more na siya gi-divide nimo ang isa ka amount into pila ka months. Say for example, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. Kay dako ra siguro para sa employer. No? What if 1 million day ang iyang kuan bayro nun? Mamo mo ko nga na kwarta mabankrupt gigo. Or i-earn para namo sa business. So, okay ma'am, kung nga na manggani, especially big employers, maglisod gyud sila cope up. That's why we are offering also plan of payment. So, mura siya mura gug sa cellphone na kay plan. So, imo lang bayaran within 2 years, 6 months, 1 year ana. So, manay pasabot sa atong plan of payment. So, manay siya nga mga kani nga guidelines kato ni mga employers nga nag-apply PENCON before sa March 17, 2020. Lalahi man taog guidelines. Now, how about during COVID-19 pandemic? So, sa man ni
Okay,
sir.
so muna siya no, during COVID-19 pandemic refers to the period from the proclamation of the Enhanced Community Quarantine or the ACQ on March 17, 2020 until the state of calamity due to COVID-19 is lifted by the President of the Philippines.
So, daghan matag EQ ato sir no.
Dagan kayo
MGCQ, GCQ,
Naglisod kay kong sulod sa
ECQ.
Butuan nato.
So, ang atong basis ani is the ECQ until na lift na ang state of calamity. So, lalahi man to nga lugar, di ba? Ang
Lalahi,
nag-state, I mean, ang nag-lift, no? Ang uban, nag-ECQ, nag-MGCQ na po, ECQ na po.
Balik na
Depending
po.
sa
Sa-
kalala sa
sa
situation sa
situation.
lugar. Oo. So, next.
Okay. The MS arrearages shall be collected from employers who continued to be operational despite the COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay, so daghan matang employers gahapon ato no, like
Daghan.
malls, supermarkets.
Oh, mga murag nag-una sila open ato nga time.
Open pud
Mag-isa.
siguro. Murag open man ato kay mga delivery, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Kamantay ka, na ay mga malls nga businesses nga open gihap. Lisod
Ganun.
mapud og wala tay mapalit no. So naatay mga businesses na
peddlers,
nag-open
open gid sila
gihapon.
ato.
Even though pandemic, kay allowed man pud sila sa government. Okay, so for employers who did not deduct from MS from their employees, the employer shall pay the employer counterpart. So same na gihapon
Pareha
kung wala
gihapon.
nag-deduct sa contribution sa employee, although nagtrabaho ang employee, ang bayaran lang is the employer share. Next, for employers who deducted MS from their employees but did not remit the same to the fund, the employer shall pay the employee share and the employer counterpart. So kung nag-deduct mo sa contribution sa inyong employees, ang bayarin is employee share and employer share. Next, for employers who are affected by the pandemic, deprived dividends and interest shall not be collected from employers. So naa sila own, no? Kung katunong affected sa pandemic ng mga employers, walay bayaran nga deprived dividends o walay po'y bayaran nga interest. So naa sila
Nice.
special benefit privilege katong mga affected sa pandemic. So upon lifting of the state of calamity due to COVID-19 as may be declared by the President of the Philippines, deprived dividends and interest if applicable shall be collected from the employers. So kung nahuman na ang ECQ, so mo na nga mag-collect na taog deprived dividends o interest sa employers.
Okay. Let's pause for a break mga kapondo. Balik tahuman sa pipila ka mga pahinumdom.
They say home is where the heart is. Sa madaling salita, pag may bahay, may pag-ibig. Get the keys to the home of your dreams. Kayang-kaya yan sa Pag-ibig Housing Loan. Sa Pag-ibig, you can borrow up to 6 million pesos at low monthly payments and longer payment terms. Interested? Ganito yan. Ang Pag-ibig ay may 2 housing programs para abot mo ang iyong housing goals. Sa regular Pag-ibig Housing Loan, borrow up to 6 million pesos, enjoy low interest rates, at multiple housing loans ngayon pwede na. Sa Affordable Housing Loan Program naman, you can borrow up to 750,000 pesos, avail of lowest interest rates, pay less than 2,000 pesos a month for your home. Hindi lang bahay ang kayang i-provide ng Pag-ibig Housing Loan Programs. Abot ang housing goals mo dahil pwede kang bumili ng lupa o condominium unit. Pwede mo rin magamit ang housing loan mo para sa construction ng dream home mo sa lupang nakapangalan sa'yo o para sa home improvement. Ang housing loans ng Pag-ibig ay payable up to 30 years. Iyan ang Pag-ibig na pangmatagalan. Say yes to Pag-ibig! Dahil ang bahay, mas mahalaga pag may label. Nag-let go ka na ba at hindi na umaasang babalik pa siya? Sa Pag-ibig, ang 100 peso monthly contribution mo siguradong babalik sa'yo. May dagdag pa. Here's how. Ang monthly contribution mo at employer counterpart share ay naiipon bilang Pag-ibig savings mo. Your savings earn high dividends every year. The dividends you earn are tax-free. Ang iyong Pag-ibig savings at kasamang dividendo ay mawi-withdraw mo after 20 years. Wait lang, there's more! You can also save more than 100 pesos to get more benefits and bigger short-term loans. or mag-modify pag-ibig MP2 savings ka. The MP2 is a voluntary savings program that provides earlier maturity of only 5 years. You can save as little as 500 pesos a month in the MP2. Mapa-regular pag-ibig savings or MP2 savings, ang buong savings mo ay government guaranteed. Kaya save lang ng save! Dahil mas matamis pag bumalik ang pag-ibig. Ang gusto namin, feel nyo ang pag-ibig araw-araw. Kaya bukod sa savings at housing loan programs, may iba pang benefit ang Pag-ibig Fund. Yan ang Pag-ibig Loyalty Card. Sa Pag-ibig Loyalty Card, you can get up to 50% discount on medicines, tuition fees, hospital bills, restaurant bills, gadgets, spa services, travel ticket, remittance fees, earn peso points, earn points when you gas up, save money every time you buy LPG, and many more. Ang Pag-ibig Loyalty Card ay available sa mga branches ng Pag-ibig nationwide. Once you get your card, you can use it agad-agad para ramdam mo ang pag-ibig every day. You can't buy love, but your Pag-ibig Loyalty Card makes the things you love more affordable. Ang gusto namin, feel nyo ang pag-ibig araw-araw. Naghahanap ka ba ng pag-ibig na maaasahan at susuporta sa'yo? The search is over! Ang Pag-ibig Short-Term Loan Program ay sasamahan ka through thick and thin. You can borrow up to 80% of your savings para may magamit sa minor home renovation, capital for small business, educational expenses, maintain health and wellness, pay bills, pay for a vacation, car repair, and other needs. At sa panahon ng kalamidad, may calamity loan kang kakapitan. You can borrow up to 80% of your savings at a friendly rate of 5.95% per annum. Pag-ibig Multipurpose and Calamity Loans are payable within 24 months. Kaya for better or for worse, may pag-ibig loan kang maaasahan. Pag-ibig Short-Term Loans, ang pag-ibig na maaasahan.
Paano nga ba magmahal? Pwedeng palarigalo. Pwedeng tumutula. Pwedeng nanunuyo. Pero ako, paglilingkuran kita tulad ng pag-ibig. Iba ang lingkod pag-ibig. Tanggap ang lahat. Walang judgment. Pinahahalagahan ka. Maalaga din. Just like me. Laging handa. Honest. Walang tinatago. At walang kwento o tanong na palalampasin. Oh, di ba? Parehong pareho. Ganyan ang lingkod pag-ibig. Paano nga ba magmahal? Pag-ibig, naglilingkod ng tapat at totoo.
Bago ako magmahal ng iba, mamahalin ko muna ang sarili ko. Mag-iipon muna ako ng pag-ibig. Pag-ibig Regular Savings. Earn 25 times more sa contributions mo. Ang contributions mo, ipon mo. Mas malaking contribution, mas malaking ipon. I'm worth it. I deserve pag-ibig.
Minsan ang pag-ibig, online mo pala mahahanap. Ang bagong virtual pag-ibig. One click, you can track your savings. Easily pay for your loans. Even live chat with us. And now, apply for a short-term loan.
Sign up for the virtual pag-ibig account today.
Okay, balik ta mga kapondo sa atong mga hisgutanan. So, diri na tano sa payment of Miss Arrearages or MS Arrearages for employee. Right? Employer
Calendar days na ni siya. So, kung upon approval, i-approve pa na. Starting from the approval,
dito ang counting.
so dito ang counting sa
Yan.
30 days. So, kung dili mo comply, forfeit. So, walay nahitabo. 'Di ba? Sayang inyong effort.
Sayang.
So, bayari dayon upon receiving the information nga na moy approve na ang inyong PENCON nga application.
Okay. So, klaro na. So, an employer who signified intent to pay in full but later and opts for a plan of payment must submit his plan of payment not later than 25th day from the date of approval of application for penalty condonation. Failure
signifying nga mag full payment but later on, dako man ni kaayo.
Mm.
No, ay plan of payment lang nako kay at least di ra kay babugat. So pagingana ayaw magpaabot og ika-26
25.
kay not later
Yan.
than 25th day upon the approval. Ayaw dili na ta magpaabot nga maabot og ika-26th day from the approval of application kay ma-revoke siya ang inyong application sa PENCON. So pag mag-change it so di na magpaabot og almost 1 month na from the approval. Okay, next.
Okay, klaro na. So, the employer may settle his arrearages through any mode of payment acceptable to the fund.
Okay, so
Pwede
pwede
rin
cash, pwede check
Mm.
ang atong payment.
Okay, for employers who opt for plan for penalty condonation, said plan of payment shall be subject to the fund's approval in accordance with the approved level of authorities.
Okay, so kung wala
Okay.
budget, ma'am,
Plan.
okay budget sa bayad, ma'am, pwede
Dako
plan
na
of
kaayo.
payment.
Mm-mm.
Oh. So, naatay plan of payment, ma'am. So, monthly ka magbayad, ani. Katagaan ka og pila imong bayranan kada bulan. So, ang mag-determine na ana, katunang kagayan, ang among billing na, ang billing and account, sana? Billing and collection. Okay, next.
Okay, so eligible employers with an approved plan of payment shall be granted full condonation of penalties. Payment.
Okay, so kung nag-apply ta, ato rin ginang bayaran. Kaya kung dili na ito bayaran, after 30 days, ma-revoke siya
Ma-revoke
and then
ka.
balik mo sa inyong kuan gid pila gid inyong penalty. Magbayad na noon mong penalty. No? So make sure upon application, follow up kano sa ang need ka magbayad o giandam ang atong kwarta. Para makabayad ta.
Dito na gidbayad.
Okay.
Sin ma-revoke ta. Okay. The period of settlement shall not exceed 24 months. However, approval.
Okay, so ang ato daw plan of payment, dili daw dapat mo exceed og 24 months or equivalent to 2 years. Now, if the employer requested for a longer period, say for example, ma'am, di man makayag 2 years, ma'am, kay kuan kaayo siya kanang dili kaya sa
Dako ra
company
gid.
o dako ra gid kaayo kay 10 million. Charing. Kami na ba? 10 million. or 3 million or
Yeah.
sa million siguro na.
Bitaw.
Ma'am, di man makayo og 2 years. So, pwede na mo pwede mag-request for a longer period. So, pwede na mo accept sa request pero ipa-approve pa nato sa atong
Mga
management committee. So, for approval pa na siya.
Okay,
next.
so an interest of 6% per annum 25.1.1.
Okay, so 6% di ay ni siya ang interest,
Naku,
no?
di ay, no?
Kung mag-plan of payment.
Okay.
Yes, for full payment, this is pag tagal pa mag interest nga full payment na nga ni ma'am, gabi pod ma'am oy. So kato lang mag-plan of payment na tay interest i-collect 6% per year
Ayan.
or per annum or 4 or 0.5% per month. So gamay ra kayo, sir, no? 0.5% raman.
Kamay ra gid siya.
Okay, so kani daw siya for the following period prior to March 17, 2020 or prior to pandemic magkolekta og interest. During COVID pandemic as referred to 5.2.1 only for those employers who failed to prove that they were affected by the pandemic. So kato ng mga employers nga wala naka-provide og proof nga affected sila sa ilang negosyo. So magbayad tag interest. 6% per annum or
Okay.
0.5% per
Yan.
month.
So upon lifting of state of calamity due to COVID-19 as may be declared by the President of the Philippines and onwards.
Okay, so after lifting sa state of calamity, so diha na mag-start ang atong interest pod as well.
Okay, so payment shall be commenced exactly 1 month from the date of approval of application for penalty condonation.
Okay, so one month daw, 30
1
days. And then appropriate civil and or criminal actions shall be filed against the delinquent employers who violate their approved plan of payment. Oy, naagidi no ko ano? Kanang criminal actions or civil actions. No, kung
Pwede
ka-violate
gyapon
ta. Oo. In addition, should the employers fail to collect and or remit the employee and employer's contributions due to the current period, the same shall be charged a penalty of 1/10 of 1% of the amount due per day of delay.
Yan.
So in other words, kung wala dyan nagpakaba ng employer or so wala dyan nag-apply, ana. Kung wala ka nag-apply og PENCON, dito ka sa naay penalty. 1/10 of 1% of amount per day amount due per day of delay. Nya pila na katuig?
Na.
Pila sa
Nako, 1% per day? No.
1/10 ra, 1/10 ra.
1/10.
1/10 ra sa 1%. Nya 365 days ba yan? Dili bita mag-count og working calendar days bita. Okay, so mo na siya ang atong topic for the penalty condonation program. So I hope you learned something, no? But we still have time. We still have 14 minutes. So pwede ta mo ambak or no, not mo ambak, mo padayon sa atong next na po na topic. So nagandam ni bidaan kay basig di mi maabtan og 1 hour. Og tuod man wala jud mi naabtan, no? Kay gamay ra kayo ang discussion sa PENCON. Anyway, let's proceed to our next topic, which is circular HDMF circular number 274 or the revised guidelines on Pag-ibig Fund membership.
Okay, so pursuant to RA 9679 and its implementing rules and regulation, the revised guidelines on Pag-ibig membership are hereby issued. So, atong objective saan nino? Provide comprehensive policies regarding the membership and coverage of Pag-ibig members, including their contribution and the remittance of the same to the fund and their benefits, and to facilitate the mandatory coverage of members who were previously under voluntary membership with including those who were not covered by the fund prior to RA 9679.
Okay, so kani siya nga circular, nadiri ang guidelines nato, no, comprehensive policies. And including the contributions of the members and the remittances and their benefits. And to facilitate the coverage pod sa una nga previously covered prior to RA 9679. So, mo ni siya atong guidelines sa atong circular number 274. So, kinsay cover ani, no? So, who are the members to be covered? So, first is the mandatory coverage. So, mandatory, yung you say mandatory, kinahanglan naagin na sila monthly nga hulog, no? Ginamandate gidapat nga hulog per month, no? So, first, all employees who are or ought to be covered by the Social Security System or SSS, provided the actual membership in the SSS shall not be a condition precedent to the mandatory coverage in the fund. It shall include but are not limited to. So, In other words, SSS members are private sector employees. No? So first, a private employee, whether permanent, temporary, or provisional, who is not over 60 years old. So
yeah.
we have here whether permanent, temporary, or provisional.
Provisional.
So di ka po ni mingon, ma'am, part-time naman ko, ma'am. Yang ang part-time niya kay 4 days per week man di ay yung part-time.
Mandatory gihapon.
Pero ito rin yapon. No? Temporary. Ma'am, temporary naman ko, ma'am.
Bitaw.
Onya ka naman dili
Wala
temporary, sir. So apil gyapon ka.
Apil gyapon.
Who is not over 60 years old. 60 man ang ilang no sa SSS, no? Ang ilang retirement
60.
age. 60. Okay, next.
Okay, is a household helper earning at least 1,000 a month. A household helper is any person who renders domestic services exclusively to us households such as driver, gardener,
household. Maapo na sila Republic Act RA 106. Pila ito? RA naman na sila kasambahay act or kasambahay law. 10362. Sorry.
10,600.
So, sa 10362, naagid po, aside from the kaning coverage na to, di sa atong guidelines, dapat sila kasambahay law, no? Which is the RA 10362. And then, nakabutang po dito nga, kinahanglan, napo na sila gyoy social services nga mga deductions, aside from their monthly income. So, earning at least 1,000 na month, wala naman siguro yung
Murag
kasambahay. No, kay, or 5,000 naman gani ang
5,000
karaga.
siguro ang minimum.
Karaga rate. Anya, mangita pa nagkuan. Sige. Next na.
Between the seafarer and the
So, kami mga seaman, automatic na agini sila kuan. Kaya kung bana, my husband was a seaman, isa cruise nun siya. So, automatic silang agency na agin na sila remittances.
Yan.
Oo, dako gani sila kuan, especially sa SSS. Dako sila og tawag gani monthly remittance. So, naagin na sila syempre balaod ba yan na, no? Na agency. International biya ka na musugag Pilipinas so di ka mo follow sa balaod. Na di ka marinyo. So, na automatic na sila na sila pag-ibig fund. Pero kung on-board ka, pero kung dili na ka on-board, wala pag kay remittance. So, katong mga seaman nga muli mag-voluntary mo after sa inyong pagsakay. Pag naog ninyo ba, mag-voluntary mo og bayad para ma-continue gyapon ang inyong remittances. Total na naman tayo mga collecting partners like GCash, Hello Pag-ibig, Maya, or any online payment or maski ka na mga physical nga collecting partners nato. Pwede man ta magbayad. Dili na ka Pag-ibig, no? So daghan tang collecting partners. Okay, next, a self-employed person regardless of trade, business, or occupation with an income of at least 1,000 pesos a month and not over 60 years old. So when you say self-employed, tag-iya na og
amo na siya.
Amo na siya. Bossing. Madam.
Bossing.
Nga nag-income daw at grabe na mag-negosyo nga isa kalibur ang halaoy ang ang kurinti sa kuan balay. No? Pero nasa guidelines, sabi ato naman pong ibasa. No? So, at least na-income mga 1,000 a month. So, appeal po na sila sa mandatory coverage. Next.
Okay, an expatriate who is not more than 60 years old and is compulsorily covered by the Social Security System or the SSS, regardless of citizenship, nature, and duration of employment, and the manner by which the compensation is paid. In the absence of an explicit exemption from SSS coverage, the said expatriate upon assumption of office shall be covered by the fund.
Okay, so say pasabot sa expatriate. So an expatriate shall refer to a citizen of another country who is living and working in the Philippines. So mga kuan daw mga foreign nationals, no, nga nagtrabaho diri
sa Pinas.
So pwede dai sila, mandatory po dai sila. Basta nagtrabaho sa Philippine nga mga corporation siguro na may nga na ka ng mga consultant, may nga na, di ba, hiron ba ng uban?
Kanan sa kuan, sa tawagan na, sa embassy.
Sa embassy, mga foreign? Most probably na, siguro na, kaya naaman sa balaod na to. Pero, SSS man so, private
Okay.
No? Compulsorily covered sa SSS. Appeal po sila dapat sa pag-ibig.
Yan.
So next, all employees who are subject to mandatory coverage by the government service insurance system, regardless of their status of appointment, including members of the Judiciary and Constitutional Commission. So in other words, government employees nga under sa GSIS. Teachers, mga national agencies, mga commission, judiciary. So appeal na tanan.
Appeal sa-
Mandatorily covered gihapon sa Pag-ibig Fund. Next,
Next is uniformed members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, the Bureau of Fire Protection, the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, and the Philippine National Police.
so in other words, mga uniformed personnel.
Yan.
No, kanang mga nice tanawon pag mag-uniform. Charing. Ang butoy kay nice jud sila tanawon, sir, no? Basta
snappy ba?
oh, labi lang
Untay
nakapatig
ka.
bitaw. Ganahan kay ko maglantaog kanang kanang class. Asa ni
Covers
taw
out.
type A lang uniform nga kanang own jud nila nga uniform nga mga medal. Nice kasi sila tanawon.
Ang bitaw, tinood yun lang.
Pero tama naman sa tanaw di may wala man siya. Okay, next. Filipinos employed by foreign-based employers, whether they are deployed here or abroad or a combination thereof. So katulad mga Pinoy nga na ay mga foreign-based employers, whether na sila diri or nasa abroad. So kanang mga foreign-based like mga call center, di ba? Foreign-based ba na ilang mga employers?
Bitaw.
Pero nagyapon sila ay Pag-ibig Fund nga remittance.
Mandatory gyapon.
Yes.
Mandatory.
They're
Yan.
included in the mandatory coverage. Next, na to is the voluntary coverage.
Okay, so mo na to siya no, itong mandatory. So dali na po sa voluntary. So kinsa man ni sila, an individual at least 18 years old but not more than 65 years old may register with the fund under voluntary membership. However, said individual shall be required to comply with the set rules and regulations for Pag-ibig members, including the amount of contribution and schedule of payment. In addition, they shall be subject to the eligibility requirements in the event of availment of loans and other programs or benefits offered by the fund.
So, at least 18 years old daw ang per individual. So, pwede na ang student. Di ba,
Pwede
sir?
na, kaya na naman tayo senior high karon. Oo.
So, most probably kung 18 ka, nag-eskwela pa jud ka.
Mhm.
No, kung wala ka nag-work. No,
Okay.
ang usually, kung 18 years old, nag-eskwela pa gina siya.
Sakto.
So, estudyante pa gina siya, no?
Student pa yun
So,
kaya.
so, pwede na tamag pa-member under the voluntary membership. And then, ang atong mandatory is 65 years old. So, upon 65 sa member, padala nag-letter kay pakuha na ang member kay ang savings kay di naman na po na siya mag-earn
Okay.
of dividends. So, good for na siya. Withdrawal na gina siya. Okay? So, the following shall be allowed to apply for voluntary membership. First, non-working spouses. So, kanang housewife, no? Nga nagtrabaho ilang bana. Yan sila nag-alaga sa ilang babies or
Okay.
children who devote full time to managing the household and family affairs, unless they also engage in another vocation or employment which is subject to mandatory coverage, provided the employed spouse is a registered Pag-ibig member and consents to the fund membership of non-working spouses. So, what if ang non-working spouse na ay part-time nga online job?
Bitaw.
So, kung kanang online job na ay Pag-ibig Fund nga contribution or deduction, so, ayun na pagpa-member sa non-working spouse. Kaya na naman kay trabaho. No? Next.
Okay, Filipino employees of foreign government or international organization or their wholly owned instrumentality based in the Philippines in the absence of an administrative agreement with the fund. Okay.
Okay, so again, no, kato mga Filipino, ang mga atong mga citizen nga na ay foreign government or international organizations di ay or their wholly owned instrumentality based in the Philippines. So under there sila voluntary coverage sa Pag-ibig Fund. Okay,
Yeah.
next, employees of an employer who is granted a waiver or suspension of coverage by the fund under RA 9679. So, kato daw mga company nga na ay grant sa Pag-ibig or na ay waiver or suspension. So, under sila voluntary coverage. And next is leaders and members of religious groups.
Okay.
So, nanatay mga members sa Pag-ibig Fund. So,
Taghan na
voluntary
sila.
din na sila. Next.
Okay, a member separated from employment, local or abroad, or cease to be self-employed but would like to continue paying his or her personal contribution. Such member may be a pensioner, investor, or any other individual with passive income or allowances.
Okay, separated from employment. So katong nag-resign siguro sir no, or
nag-resign gid na.
i-lay off or natanggal or gikan abroad pero nakauli na or wala na siya nag-work. So pwede ra na sila under individual pay or
pensioner.
or
Okay.
pensioners kung wapas na naabot og 65 or investor with passive income or allowances. Malay mo dali siya stocks.
Dito.
Da bungga na stocks. Magdawat ra sa iyang kuan. Kita, no? So, pwede na sila mag-self-paying. Next, public officials or employees who are not covered by the GSIS. So, naapula ni sila, no? Such as barangay officials, including barangay chairman, barangay council members, chairman of the Sangguniang Kabataan, and barangay secretaries and treasurers. So, appeal na sila sa voluntary coverage.
Yan.
Next.
So next, such other earning individuals or groups as may be determined by the board by rules and regulations. Yan. Okay.
And then,
Existing membership and coverage. So all records and documents as well as the amounts and benefits already accrued to the members covered 52 as amended shall be transferred, continued, and integrated into the members' coverage under RA 9679. All rights vested, duty imposed, penalties accrued, and or proceeding commenced under Presidential Decree 1752 as amended, particularly those under RA 7742, shall continue to subsist and shall be enforced under the provisions of RA 9679 and its IRR.
sa tanan da documents gikan sa PD 1752 balhin nato na tanan sa RA 9679 kung unsa man gani mga penalties accrued or mga duty imposed. So mao na siya. So I think it's already 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, antana nag-enjoy mo sa inyong pagpaminaw ug napuno ang inyong buntag karon sa nagkaindayang impormasyon ug balita. Kami sa Pag-ibig Fund mapasalamaton sa management sa Hope Radio sa ilang panahon nga gigahin agig pagtabang sa among buhatan sa pagsibya sa tanang mga programa ug mga serbisyo nga among gitanyag sa tanang miyembro sa Pag-ibig sa tibuok Caraga Region ug sa tanang suok sa mga dapit nga maabot niining sibyaan sa Hope Radio. Dako usab ang among pagpasalamat sa tanan naminaw naghatag og panahon nga makadungog ug makaambit sa among mga programa. That's all.
Till next time mga kapondo. God bless everyone.
Bye-bye.
From the heart, a simple story flies across